Hey everybody, it's Sunday, May 17th, 2026. You're going to think this is deja vu, but this is part 2 of the electrical. Again, this is the last chance I got to document it, so I sound a little redundant, but I won't post these back to back. But what we have to do is we got to talk about the light switches. That way that's documented and all that mess. Now, what I can tell you is that for the most part, we tried to keep all the lights on the inside on 5 different circuits. I don't think I did a good job labeling those, so I'm not even going to try to guess because I goofed up. Either way, everything works. Everything was tested. But what we got to realize is that this one I did label. That is 31A, so that's good. This is where it starts. This is the storage overhead lights. So single switch, storage room lights, 31A. 32B, I'm going to guess, was over here. But this is where it gets complicated because not only do we have a garage switch, which that switch for the garage controls one actual receptacle up there based on the lights Emily wanted. Thank you, Pat, for figuring that out. But there is one switch there for that receptacle for the lights. And then there's going to be a switch here for the mudroom. And I do believe all that is on one circuit. Coming into here, the mudroom. Again, we have switches in the bathroom, obviously. There is a switch for the can light and for the fan. And yes, this is 31C. Actually labeled that one. So anyways, 31C is here. Again, can lights, and there is a vanity light. So one switch for both lights, and then the vent fan. Coming over here, this doesn't have any light switches, so that's good. Laundry room is good to go. Coming over here, this is 31D. So look, I labeled that one, so that was good. But we're going to have what's called a Pico switch here, which is a remote switch, which future homeowners, sorry, but that was Emily's idea. That switch should connect to an Alexa device, which should then therefore turn on the goose light on the barn. But again, remote switch to Alexa, Alexa talks to the barn, barn turns on the light. Technology. Where you'll be when you're watching this video will be pretty wild. Either way, we got the door here, so there is a sconce, I guess, on the door out there. And then this is for the mudroom. So the mudroom has a switch here and a switch over there. So with 2-pole switch. So regardless, switch there, they're all on one circuit. We come in here to the kitchen. This started its own circuit. So that was on its own circuit as 31. This is number 12. Again, panel A. Power comes in here. We got the sink lights. So really the light up there that's like a goose light over the sink. We got island lights, which are right here. And then we've got the can light switch. So 3 switches. However, with the can lights, we have 3 different spots we can turn these on, which thank goodness for Charles. So you can turn on the kitchen lights from that switch or here in the pantry. And then also there are pantry lights. So can lights for the pantry, kitchen lights, another pantry light switch there. Coming over here, the other kitchen switch, sorry for the swing, is right there. So you got the kitchen lights, the dining chandelier, and the dining recess lights. That is circuit 12B, and then it goes 12C. Over here's 12D, I believe. This goes into the dining room receptacle lights, the foyer light, which is going to be the chandelier, porch lights and recess lights, and then front door garage wall sconces. So we got the front porch recess lights, and then we got wall sconces beside the door and out by the garage door. So that is that crazy panel of switches. Again, thank goodness for Charles. Coming into the bedroom, you've got lights and fan. Pretty obvious, that one's easy. The bedroom, coming over here. This one we decided to separate the vanity from the can lights and then the exhaust fan. So 3 switches in here. Coming into the living room gets a little complicated, and it was overkill. Don't ask. It's hindsight's always 20/20. But we've got this circuit coming in here for the lights in the living room and the fan. Now we decide to have switches to turn the light and the fan off in 3 locations. This being one, the other one being just outside her parents' bedroom, and the other one being here. Why we decide to have, light switches make sense. Having 3 places to turn off the fan, definitely overkill. I don't know. Hindsight's 20/20. But again, there's a fan switch and a light switch for the living room. Here is a living room switch and fan switch. And then we have an outside fan for the outside deck and the recessed lights. So we broke down the lights out here on different switches. So the center part, which will have the big fan here, that is on one switch. Everything over there will be controlled by Emily's parents' bedroom or the second master suite. And then our bedroom will have the switches for the lights and fan on our part of the porch. I hope this makes sense. Either way, I'm just glad it's getting documented. That way, if somebody's ever like, what in the world did we do here? We can go back and look. So for those of you banging your head going, it's getting a little crazy, it's not for you. So those of you that enjoy it, Aunt Carolyn, I hope you're still watching, by the way. To continue on, we do have switches here. So idea is Emily's parents coming in and out of here. They'll have a way to turn the lights on in their bedroom here, but also that is for the lights and the fan on that portion of the deck. Obviously, fan and lights coming into the bedroom. Sorry for the swing. Coming in here, we've got bathroom overhead lights and closet lights. There's no door here. Let me zoom out. There's no door from their bathroom to their master walk-in closet. That's bigger than my bedroom growing up. So either way, closet lights, bathroom lights. Sorry for the swing here. Vanity lights above the sink. And then there's going to be an exhaust fan switch and then shower lights as well. So that's that switch box. Coming over to our bedroom and hopefully finishing this thing out. Our walk-in closet, sorry for the swing. We have our recess lights, and then Emily decided she wanted a vanity light, or not vanity light, a chandelier light in the walk-in closet, which kind of be cool, but kind of overkill. But, I don't know, you live once. What's another chandelier? Coming in here, this is the switches for our bedroom. That is outside lights, inside lights, outside fan, inside fan. So if somebody moved the tape, I don't know. But look at it that way and turn it that way. You'll figure it out. It's not for me, it's for you. Coming into the bathroom, same thing here. We got vanity lights. We got an exhaust fan. We've got the overhead or can lights. And then there's a chandelier in the bathroom. So over here, we've got the lights for the shower. Sorry for the swing. And then in the water closet or the toilet closet, there's a switch for the exhaust fan and a switch for the light. So I think that about covers all the switches. Again, sorry, I didn't write down the circuits as well. But by the way, this is another fan and light switch for the bedroom. But and then hallway lights, by the way. Sorry, I'm trying to wrap this up. But then 32A, This is circuit 32 for our bedroom, by the way. And that is the switch for the hallway lights. Other than that, we have been working our rear ends off for the past, I don't know, 5 or 6 weeks. Everything's great. Everything was passed. Electrical, mechanical, plumbing or rough end plumbing. Insulation passed. This thing's got more insulation in it. I mean, you probably build about 100,000 Yeti coolers with this much stuff. But it looks great. It's a lot cooler in here. It's been hot. We haven't had a lot of rain, but we have had some rain. But all in all, the house is coming along, looking great. And everything is pretty good out here at Deer Run Farm.